So once again, I'm back with the WBC musts. First of all, whenever we prepare a WBC stain or DLC stain or be it anything, how are you actually going to differentiate with the dust particles? All the WBCs will have a thin halo of cell membrane around them, and dust particles will lack the halo around them. And WBCs have nucleus in them which appear purplish in color, but the dust particle will lack the nucleus. So the dust particles in WBCs are almost the same size. In order to differentiate them, we need to have this that there's a clear halo around WBCs. WBCs are nucleus which stains, and also dust particles can have irregular shape. Now, what is the normal WBC count? We know it is 4,000 to 11,000 per cubic mm of blood. Now, if there is any gender variation of WBC count, no. Unlike RBC count, there is no gender variation. Okay, these value does not alter among males and females. Now, we know why there is a gender variation in RBC because of the hormones. Like testosterone is stimulating the erythropoietin production, while estrogen is inhibiting the erythropoietin production. So, relatively, the RBC count is more in males, and the hemoglobin level is also more in males than females. So, there is a gender variation, but there is no such gender variation in case of WBC count. Now, what is the ratio of RBC to WBC in human blood? It is around 700 is to 1. Now, we have seen this that the WBCs are divided into granulocytes and agranulocytes on the basis of the presence or absence of granules in them. So, granulocytes are of three types: neutrophils, eosinophils, and basophils. And agranulocytes are two types: monocyte and lymphocyte. So, we know that lymphocyte is again of two types: small lymphocyte and large lymphocyte. Now, why is WBC also known as leukocyte? Leukocyte is a Greek word which means white cell, and because they appear white colored cells in the microscope, they are no color, therefore they are called as WBCs. Now, the process of origin, development, and maturation of WBC is known as leukopoiesis. This is how the WBCs look. It's a black and white picture. This is a multi-lobe nucleus neutrophil, then lymphocyte. You know, this is basophil started with basophilic granules, eosinophil started with eosinophil granules, and kidney-shaped or indented nucleus is the monocyte. So the smallest and the largest WBC, smallest WBC is the small lymphocyte, which is 6 to 8 micron, and the largest WBC is monocyte, which is 15 to 20 micron. And among the granulocytes, largest granulocyte is monocyte, which is 15 to 20 micron. I think there's a printing mistake. It should be largest agranulocyte, that is monocyte, and obviously among the WBCs, monocytes that is 15 to 20 microns are always the largest WBCs. Now, most important thing is the functions of WBC. We know that all types of WBCs will be involved in the defense mechanism. Neutrophils are also involved in acute infection, and they act as a first line of defense mechanism. Non-specific immune response. Any acute infection, neutrophil count will be higher. You will see neutrophilia, and they act as a first line of defense mechanism. And what about eosinophil? They will always play a major role in the allergic mediated reaction. Therefore, their count is more in allergy, hay fever, asthma. Now, basophils are releasing histamine, and therefore they causes the inflammatory reaction. Okay, they are histaminergic, and monocytes take part in the inflammatory reaction, and they are also acting as a second line of defense mechanism because macrophages are formed from monocyte at the tissue level. Monocytes will be in blood, at the tissue level they will be macrophages. Lymphocytes are the major cells which are involved in chronic infection, and they are also producing the antibodies. We know the B lymphocytes are forming the plasma cells, and they are relating to the antibody. They are against diseases causing antigens. So for acute infections, neutrophil count will be more. For chronic infection, the lymphocyte count will be more. So, which cell is responsible for phagocytosis? That is neutrophil and monocyte. The largest granulocyte is eosinophil, which is about 12 to 15 micron, and largest agranulocyte is monocyte, which is 15 to 20 micron. Now we'll see about the WBC abnormality. What is leukocytosis? As I told you, increase in WBC count greater than the normal value, that is more than 11,000 cells per cubic mm of blood, is called leukocytosis. Causes are again acute infection like acute tonsillitis, acute appendicitis, acute pharyngitis, all types of URTIs like the upper respiratory tract infection, then chronic infections like the chronic tonsillitis or pulmonary tuberculosis and COPD, and allergic conditions like asthma, rhinitis, sinusitis, and skin rashes. Non-infectious are burns, stress, chronic smoking, and other chronic inflammatory conditions. In all such conditions, the leukocyte count will be more. What is leukopenia? Leukopenia is decrease in WBC count lesser than the normal value. The normal value ranges between 4,000 to 11,000 per cubic mm, so less than 4,000 will be considered to be leukopenia. Now, the causes are, as you know, causes of leukopenia, the infections like typhoid, paraptyphoid disease, and viral infections, the count will be less. Non-infectious like aplastic anemia, chemotherapy, radiation, obviously, they are going to suppress the immune system, so WBC count will definitely decrease. Autoimmune diseases like SLE and rheumatoid arthritis, what you will see is the leukopenia. Drug-induced certain antibiotics and anti-seizure drugs will lead to leukopenia. Now, what is leukemia? How you're actually differentiating the leukemia from leukocytosis? Name its type. So, an abnormal and uncontrolled increase in WBC count greater than 1 lakh per cubic mm of blood is called leukemia. Normal range is what? Normal range is 4,000 to 11,000. But if the count becomes greater than 1 lakh cells per cubic mm of blood, we call it as leukemia. And basically, two types of leukemia: myeloid series leukemia and the lymphoid series leukemia. Myeloid series leukemia is acute myeloid leukemia and chronic myeloid leukemia. And similarly, lymphoid series leukemia will be acute lymphoid leukemia and the chronic lymphoid leukemia. So leukemia, we have myeloid and lymphoid. Myeloid again acute and chronic. Lymphoid again acute and chronic. So AML, CML, ALL, and CLL, these are what leukemia, the blood cancers. What is the difference between leukocytosis and leukemia? WBC count more than 11,000 cells, but less than 25,000 cells is leukocytes. And even more WBC count, more than 1 lakh per cell is leukemia. Usually, the leukocytosis is as a result of infection or inflammation, but leukemia is cancerous in origin. The WBC cell morphology, whatever you will find, the size, shape, and the nucleocytoplasmic ratio is not altered. But in WBC, in leukemia, WBC cell morphology, that is the size, shape, and nucleocytoplasmic ratio is altered. You will see more immature amount of blast cells in the peripheral ischemia. And is relatively easy to treat leukocytosis, but it is very difficult to treat leukemia. Now, how do you histologically differentiate leukocytosis from leukemia? Obviously, in leukocytosis, WBC cells don't lose their normal morphology. That is most important, despite of the high cell count. Normal morphology means cell size, shape, and nucleocytoplasmic ratio. However, in leukemia, the cells loses their morphology, cell size, shape, and nucleocytoplasmic ratio, and they will be more immature and they will become a malignant cells. Now, what is leukemoid reaction? Name any two condition. Leukemoid reaction is a clinical condition which is characterized by high WBC count. That is the in between of leukemia and leukocytosis, 25,000 to 1 lakh cells per cubic mm of blood. And what is the cause of the leukemoid reaction? That is the organ graft rejection or infectious mononucleosis, also known as kissing disease, and several hemorrhages and burns. Now, see what is lymphoma. Lymphoma is a cancerous condition which is affecting the lymphatic system and lymphocytes. So, lymphoma is broadly classified into two types: Hodgkin's lymphoma and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Now, what is a hypersegmented neutrophil, which where it is seen? Neutrophils are multi-lobed, 2 to 6 lobes, but in case of folic acid deficiency, the failure of nuclear maturation leads to more than 6 lobes in neutrophil. This is called as the hypersegmented neutrophil, and it is classically seen in the folic acid deficiency cases, including the megaloblastic anemia. What is Ornitz count? What is the significance? Counting the number of lobes in neutrophil is called Ornitz count. Significance: counting the number of lobes in a neutrophil help us to know the count of mature and immature cell percentage. Lower the number, lower the maturity. Higher the number, higher the maturity. So maturity of neutrophil is also reflecting on the immunity of the body, as mature neutrophil, more lobed nucleus, are able to more functionally active than the immature neutrophils. Now, what is pancytopenia? Pancytopenia is all the WBC count is less. So it is true to us. Clinical condition characterized by lower cell count of RBC, WBCs, and platelets. It is a very rare but serious condition, and this pancytopenia will be seen in aplastic anemia, of course, bone marrow depression or bone marrow disease, AIDS, hepatitis, post chemotherapy and radiotherapy, and chronic exposure to heavy metal and toxins. So this is a medical terminology: rhinitis. Rhinitis, is inflammation of nasal mucous membrane, commonly due to allergy. Sinusitis is inflammation of the paranasal sinuses. Typhoid fever is again a systemic bacterial infection which is caused by bacteria Salmonella typhi. SLE is a chronic autoimmune disease which is characterized by the production of autoantibodies against self-antigen. Rheumatoid arthritis is a chronic autoimmune inflammatory disease which is affecting the synovial joint, and organ graft rejection is the immune-mediated destruction of a transplanted organ by recipient's immune system. Infectious mononucleosis is a viral disease which is caused by the Epstein-Barr virus infection that primarily affects the B lymphocytes. So this was about the WBCs, the must you should know about WBCs that has been consolidated in this video. Please, share this video and the intellectual property of Dr. Nilesh Neelkant Kote, and it is the book that is the Practical Physiology of ADC. I'll, I'm introducing this book. This book actually contains a very nicely presented information. So thank you very much.